Hey YouTube. So I woke up feeling pretty productive this morning and I had one of my mania cleans and I focused it on Eleanor, could you please be careful? Yeah. I focused it on Eleanor's room, so I'm just gonna give you a little quick pan around here of my progress. So we actually changed her bed into a toddler bed because this little monkey, as you can see, likes to climb on everything now, so that had to be done. Got all this clean, and since she's been really craving more room to run around in, I expanded into our room, so now technically Craig and I have no room and Eleanor has two. But yeah, so that was my productive morning. Let's get set up here. So today I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I've been working on lately. I made this little book that I've been kind of just writing down ideas and stuff in. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about my food issues and eating issues that I've had in the past. So basically, it's hard for me to eat, like, period. Even when I'm hungry, I find it hard to eat. Like, I really have to want like, what's in front of me for me to, like, eat a whole meal. If I have food, like, in front of me that I don't want, I'll just, like, pick at it and hardly eat any of it. Basically, I feel like if I didn't have to do it, like, have to eat, then I wouldn't do it. I feel like it's a chore. If I didn't eat it to survive, then I seriously wouldn't do it. It's gotten kind of, I guess, a little worse since my mom's stroke, because when I was younger, she used to be the one that, like, was always on my case about if I ate that day. Like, I remember days coming home from school, and she would, like, first ask me, like, what did you eat today? Blah, blah, blah. Are you sure you ate? Did you eat enough? Do you want me to make you something? Like, she would always, honey, mommy's trying to talk. So, yeah, my mom was always on my case about that stuff. So, since she's been gone, it's been a little bit harder for me, I guess. If it doesn't smell good, I won't try it. So, if I'm in, say, out with, like, a bunch of people at a restaurant or something, and they, like, offer me a piece of whatever they're eating, if it doesn't look good or it doesn't smell good to me, like, I can't even force myself to try that little piece. When I was pregnant, I couldn't smell, like, what I was cooking while I was cooking it, or by the time I was done cooking it, I wouldn't even be able to eat it. And it would be so frustrating because you'd be, like, feeling hungry one minute, and then as you're cooking, you just start feeling more and more nauseous, to the point where when you were done your meal, like, you couldn't even eat any of it because you felt so sick. I talked about this briefly in one of my other videos, but I despise onions, like, completely. And if I accidentally eat them, it'll actually, like, cause me an emotional breakdown. And I think it's because of the connection it has, like, with my real father, and how he used to, like, make us eat things that we absolutely hated, and, like, you know, make us sit at the table until our plate was completely clear, and, you know, just stuff like that, like, I don't know, it felt like kind of like torture to me as a kid, and it's probably over, you know, analyzing it, but that's what it really feels like as a kid. Like, if you don't want to eat something, you don't want to eat something. So I just have this thing with onions. I won't eat them at all. My whole life I've had trouble gaining weight. I've always been like tall, skinny, and athletic. I thought when I was younger that was just because like I was so into sports and things like that. So I was always, on the move. Like I wasn't just sitting around playing video games or things like that. I was actually out like playing sports. I did baseball and volleyball, and I played basketball. I was on the cross country team. I did track and field every year. So I kept myself fairly active in sports. So it was hard to gain weight, and when I got pregnant, it was the same thing. I had a lot of trouble gaining weight, and I had a lot of trouble eating because like the nausea was just so bad. And Eleanor ended up being born 5 pounds because it was weird too, because they said there was like no more growing room in my uterus and they were gonna induce me, and then I ended up going into labor like that night myself, the night before I was supposed to go in for the induction. So I don't know, it was just weird to me. Maybe she was just meant to be small. I mean, my husband and I are both not like huge people, so maybe she just got genes. I don't like trying new foods. I have to like really be in the mood. Like even if I'm at, say, like a buffet or something like that, or a wedding where you can try new stuff, I normally don't, because I go by the rule: if it doesn't look good or smell good, then it doesn't go in my mouth. I hate anything spicy, and my definition of spicy is like if you put pepper on my steak, that's spicy to me. So I don't eat like a lot of things with any spice, and I'm really picky about what I do put on my food. I'm picky about what I drink too. For some reason, I just like have been in this spurt for the past like 2 years of like really, literally almost all I drink is tea and coffee. And maybe that's because I feel like so drained and exhausted half the time, so I'm trying to give myself like a caffeine boost or something. But I don't really enjoy cooking unless I'm in the mood to like try something new. So if I find like, say, a new recipe or something online that looks really good to me, that I like really want to try, then I'll like be excited about it. Then I'll like go out to the grocery store and get all the ingredients that I need, come home, cook it all out, be like all proud of it, and like want my husband to tell me like how good it is afterwards and everything. I skip meals a lot. I skip breakfast almost every day just because I sleep through it probably 90% of the time, unless I like wake up from some nightmare or some other reason. So most of the time lately, I'd say in the past at least 6 months at least, I've been eating like one meal a day maybe, or like one full meal and then like a smaller half meal, which is clearly not enough food for a whole day. I've associated cooking too long with making me like hot, which makes me anxious, and as soon as I get anxious I start feeling sick, and sometimes that can lead to like the feeling of passing out. So just the thought of having to cook sometimes gets me anxious, because I've like associated those feelings with the action of actually cooking. So now I have to like kind of, when I have that feeling when I'm cooking, I'll have to like stop and either like go outside and sit on the porch for a few minutes and like get cool, or I'll literally like open the freezer and stick my head in the freezer to cool down. I think half of the problem I have with eating is that like I have to rely on myself now. So like my mom used to home cook for us like all the time, and it was really important for her that we would always be home for dinner, even if like we went out, you know, to a friend's house or something after school. Like she wanted us to always be home for dinner. It was like family time. So I don't know if like eating kind of makes me depressed because of like the whole family aspect of it is kind of missing now, or I don't know, I just have a lot of weird messed up feelings around food and eating, and I just have a lot of up and down struggles with it. Sometimes like when I'm like really, really depressed and I'm like at the end of my rope and I'm ready to just throw in the towel, I think I start thinking like, hey, I wonder if starving yourself is considered suicide to God. And I remember I've had that thought probably a couple of times because of my severe issues with food. But it's not like I don't like food. Like I have favorite foods. Like I love chili and pizza and burgers and poutine and like stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff that I eat is like unhealthy, you know, not very good for you. So you would think I would be like overweight by now with the crap that I do eat, but because I eat so little, it like doesn't matter. It's like the one, you know, 1,500 calorie meal that you manage to squeeze in a day is enough to sustain you until the next morning, as long as you're drinking like juice or something throughout the day. And I've been really trying to work on it. Like when I wake up in the morning, I've been trying to at least like eat like a small snack, like either like toast or just like munch on some dry cereal, or you know, like just as long as I'm eating something. And I've been trying lately too, like after normal dinner time, like after my kids in bed and I'm relaxing at night, I'll try to eat something like small, like even if it's like a candy bar or something like that, which is hard for me because I absolutely hate sweets, but sometimes I feel like I need like a sugar boost, so I just force myself to eat certain things. But I don't think that it's necessarily associated with my bipolar disorder. Like I remember it always being there, so I guess it could be tied in with it. But it could also be a completely separate issue. Or it could just be my unsubconscious's way of, I don't know, sabotaging myself or punishing myself again. But I just wanted to, you know, bring those things up to you. And I'm sure that you have your own issues that you struggle with, just daily issues I'm talking about, you know, regular things like eating, sleeping, bathing, all of that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to go over a bit of that because that is a big part of, I think, why I struggle every day and why I'm so tired and I don't have the energy that I need sometimes in these mania episodes. So until next time, stay strong. Remember to eat healthy. And remember, you're never alone.